Hello, what's up?
The 4 straight walks obviously were big. How frustrating was that when you're just trying to get him to get the ball and play at that point?
Which, talking about with Mike or Brian?
Well, there were 4 straight walks that inning.
Yeah, I'll say this about Mike. I thought, you look at I think he gave 5 or 6, especially the first inning, swinging bunt, a blocked chalk. I kept looking at him. There was a broken bat. There was a double play ball that hit off his foot. Baseball guys weren't too kind to Mike today. He'll tell you that the command was a little off after that, but they did a good job, like the Yankees always do, of grinding pitchers and make you, a lot of foul balls, then they put the ball in play and find the hole. You'd think a day like today, you'd see some balls flying out of the ballpark. It's not like they beat him around. Obviously, they hit a couple balls hard too, but we didn't mount much offensively.
To follow up with Roxy, though, that 5th inning was the difference for you guys.
Well, let me tell you, he was there, physically, because where we are in the bullpen, he's a little, it's a challenging day for everybody, weather-wise. Joe, you have to do some things. Sometimes the weather's going to be a challenge. We play this game in the summer. Mike's in good shape. He felt fine. He just couldn't get the ball where he needed to get it. He had a couple extra days rest, so we knew he was fine. But I thought there was a better outing there to be had if could have got a couple things to go his way. And then they had a chop ball at the middle that Ryan made a good play on, but couldn't make a play on. You can't steer the ball.
How much do you consider? Like you said, the options in the bullpen. Brian hadn't pitched. Tyler just got called up. But how much do you consider taking Mike out, either not starting him in the 5th or taking him out when the walks start mounting?
Well, we're where we are in the lineup, we have Brian there. And that's about, and Tyler, Brian and Tyler, we got 3 guys we're not going to pitch today. So when you look at where your options are, you're trying to see if you can scare up a lead and get the ball to Zach. But I'm not going to pitch Zach multiple innings with only 2 days off. So each day it changes managing a bullpen and keeping your people healthy. Tyler was big for us today, and hopefully we'll reap the benefits of his outing today, over sometimes the next week. His outing day makes other people better tomorrow. That was big.
How much, when you manage, how much do you think about that as far as not just for this game or for this moment, but because of everything else?
Of course you do. You think about, there's so many variables that go into everything. You're trying to survive the long haul, and you're also trying to win that game. Things do change too, and the score changes. Some things you'd like to stay away from, but if you got a chance to win a game, you go for it. That's why we were close on Mike Wright out of the pen a couple of times last few days. Every inning that changes your approach to it, depending on what the score is and who they have in the bullpen. Patanse can throw 2 innings today, maybe 3. So you know where the game is.
Even speaking of that, even without Andrew Miller, they have very tough bullpen.
Oh, yeah. You look at the numbers, because of our lead the last few days, they weren't able to get to those guys. And that's like I was telling, that's what I was talking with Dan about, is the game changes because you're managing that game, and your team is managing the long haul too. You're always trying to mesh those 2 things, and that's the challenge.
You mentioned the steamy weather, is a challenge for everybody. In the case of Tyler, for relief pitcher, is there a challenge there heat-wise, or is he just?
I'm a guy that's why Tyler's one of our best conditioned guys. Coming University of Virginia, we know how hot it is down there in the summer. This game's played in the summer, though. It's part of it. Brian, other than the walk, pitched pretty well. I felt like he would benefit from being down there. He had 4 days off, but I didn't want to take him too long and lose him with a predominantly left-handed club coming in here the next 4 days. We're playing Philadelphia's more left-handed than they are, and Cleveland. That's why you got to look a team in advance when you're doing your bullpen today. Where are the pieces going to fall in the next few days too? But you're always trying to win that game. But you better have, Brock does a good job against left-handed hitters because of the changeup.
You see Manny make some great plays at third base. Did you think he had that or that dive where it just nicked off his glove?
I was surprised he got leather on it. I was surprised. If he doesn't get leather on, they probably score all 3 of them. Chris made a great play. continue to play well defensively. That's good to see. You know, the last 6 games have been they've been a challenge in a lot of ways, you know, in our division. And I think another big challenge ahead of us is Philadelphia now, because, you know, we made some headway over the last few games. We just got to keep grinding through it. But, you know, if we're on our feet, which we should be a little bit better tomorrow, be because of Tyler Wilson's outing and Mike getting his way through what he did. I mean, you saw Joe, a good move there. He was 1 out away from the W thing. But that, you know, that's where you got to go. You know how challenging it is. You're trying to eke out every possible inning. You know, he's got plenty of guys in the pen now, but we're in a little different boat right now. I had 3 guys we're not going to pitch today.
Speaking of that, are you okay now with the bullpen, or do you need to make another move to get a long guy for tomorrow?
I haven't had a chance to talk to Dan and Ned yet, but we'll look at it and try to figure out. What do you throw, 39? It's pretty efficient. You know, the trouble is you don't know how he responds to coming back. So, and I was trying to stay away from Brock today, so we'd have a long guy tomorrow with the left-handed lineup they're going to face. You know, Brocky's our best against that. You know, you're trying to win today's game and keep some powder dry because we don't play every other day. Seems like the off days come and go in a hurry, and doesn't always get you brought completely back on your feet. Everybody's got this challenge. It's hard to get a 6 or 7, 8 inning outing every night, especially in the American League East. You know, we got 4 teams in 500 or above now. I don't think any other division has that.
You have kind of a soft spot in your heart for the guys that go in and take that 3 and a third innings, or TJ McFarland that comes in and does 4 when he's not going to get a win out of it.
Well, he was getting around to snake one there, but you know, Batanza was pretty good, and so is Wilson. But and once again, Nolan ran over by a wall, made a hell of a play. You know, the one, you know, Teixeira blocks the ball out there and draws chalk down there. In his first couple of innings, I could see he was getting frustrated. He was making really good pitches, and you know, they were getting some results that they probably shouldn't have. But we had some things go our way too. Actually, Nolan's base hit was a broken bat, so I try to look at reality of Mike's outing. Walks hurt a little bit, but I think a lot of that was you know, the day kind of got to him.